Ever wanted to draw faces like this? Or this? Well, you've come to the right place. If you read the thumbnail, you would know that you're going to today learn how to draw faces in my style. So first, start with a blank canvas or a piece of paper, depending if you're drawing digitally or not. On the piece of paper, draw a big circle right in the middle. This circle is to be the base for the head and everything else. In the middle of that circle, draw two lines, one vertical and one horizontal. This is going to be the base for the eyes, which is going to be represented as two circles, and the nose, which is going to be represented as a rectangle for now. Then after this, we can go ahead and connect the drawing at the bottom. After I finish the jawline, you can add the ears, which are just two half circles on the side of the face. Once you get the ears defined, go ahead and add two diagonal lines in the middle of the ears to represent the inside of the ears. You can go as detailed or as simple as you'd like with this. After you finish the ears, define the half of the eyes and draw the inside of the eyes, the pupils. After that, you can add the eyebrows, which are just two ovals over top of the eyes. Once you finish with that, go ahead and draw the nostrils on the nose and add a little bit of shading. Once you're finished with that, add the mouth, and at this point I decided that she looked shocked, so I decided to add a shocked mouth. Spoiler alert, I change it later in the video. Then you can add blush if you'd like, or you can skip this step. This is completely optional, before going ahead and adding the shoulders to the body. These can be as wide or as thin as you'd like. I like drawing mine wider to be more realistic. After you finish the shoulders, go ahead and draw the bangs. I am doing a curtain bang sort of style, and then draw the rest of her hair. Hair is my favorite part of a character because it adds so much dimension and personality, and you can go ahead and add whatever other details you like. And so, for example, I'm adding little surprised emotion lines. Then you can lower the opacity on your sketch layer if you're drawing digitally, and go ahead and grab your ink brush. This is just going to be me tracing over the drawing and getting the final details worked out before I color. Once you're done inking, it's time to turn off the sketch layer. It'll look a little bit wonky at first, but I promise once you do the color, it'll all turn out fine. This brings me to color. For when I color, I like to take a pretty big brush and just get the base colors out, not worrying about the small details because I will add that back later, which I will get into more detail later in the video. So make a new layer if you're drawing digitally. If you're drawing traditionally, now's the time to bust out the markers, colored pencils, or whatever you're going to draw with. Once you finish the base color, add another layer on top of the color layer if you're drawing digitally, and I like to pick a pencil to do the details. I used Procreate pencil here, but you can use whatever pencil you like. On top of the hair and the shirt, if you like, go in with a darker color and define the details. This is also where I go in with the blush, but I don't usually use pencil. I did here, but I ended up changing it later and using the same color that I used for the base color. I like to find the blush shade, take the skin color, and drag the color over towards the redder side of the color spectrum to find the perfect blush. As you can see here, I just went in with a pink shade and I ended up not liking how it turned out. So I used my usual technique to get better blush. I also like to color in the eyes so I can go in and do the background. And I usually do a solid color that goes with either the hair or the shirt, and I use a pattern. Thank you for watching.